Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today is going to be an episode of the day in the life of a nurse in the COVID unit. So, this pandemic has been going on for some time now, and I have been fortunate enough to not work on a COVID unit, which I don't want to particularly work on a COVID unit. I just want to do my regular floor. But since there has been a surge in COVID patients, my floor that I'm working on is a designated overflow floor. And we just got word that the original floor, other than the ICUs and whatnot, the other floor is just about to its capacity. So, more than likely, this weekend, we will be receiving COVID patients. I don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, I do know how I feel about it. I don't want to do it. If I wanted to really work with the COVID patients, I would have took a travel assignment to get that money because they were making money, but I didn't want that. Just give me my regular nursing assignment and I'm cool with that. Unfortunately, I'm on the schedule for the entire weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, off Tuesday, back Wednesday. So all of this is going to be new to me. I'm going to try to see what changes our floor have. Of course, we're not a negative pressure floor, but of course they're saying due to CDC guidelines that COVID is not airborne, it's droplets. So negative pressure isn't necessarily needed, although they have been keeping the patients in negative pressure rooms. My floor does not have any negative pressure rooms. So I don't know. But we do have the PPE. They've been providing us with N95 masks as needed. They're not just there where you can just go grab them nilly-willy like you used to. Now you have to sign them out. We have our regular surgical mask, which we're supposed to sign those out as well. We have gowns, of course. We have gloves, but then in the email that they sent us, we're gonna have our special green uniforms. We're gonna have the hair covering, shoe covering. I don't know. So I don't know exactly how do we go about doing this. Do we wear our regular clothes, then go and change into the green uniforms, or do we wear? I don't know. I don't know if we wear our uniforms or our regular clothes. I'm probably just gonna wear my uniform and then just go there and let them tell me, which is kind of odd because it's the weekend, so upper management isn't there. So I don't know. We're just learning day by day as we go. Rules are always changing. I try to adapt. But honestly, I do not want to do this. I mean, of course, we've had COVID patients on our floor where we were ruling them out and then they end up being positive and then we send them on to the other unit, the appropriate units. I mean, every day anytime we're in contact with the patients, you're supposed to have on your surgical mask and your face shield or goggles. Just in case if you are exposed, then you were protected. But now I guess just the idea of knowing that you are going to be working with confirmed positive patients, it's a difference. It's a little nerve-wracking. So I'm going to try to get as much information and footage as possible. I can't really record on the floor as much due to HIPAA laws, um, what it is, privacy laws, and whatever I say does not reflect the views of my employer. I don't even want to say my employer name. Keep them out of it, period. That's my disclaimer. But follow along. All right, I'm gonna fix my lunch real quick. Got my little lunch bag. I can't show you the name because I don't need this video to imply anything from my place of employment. This will be very important. right, y'all, I'm back. As you can see, I took my hair loose, but I have to go in today. And as I mentioned earlier, today is the first day that I'm going to be possibly taking care of COVID confirmed patients. Just a little background before I go in. So I'm on a progressive care unit, which is a mix of progressive and med-surg patients. It's kind of like a step-down unit from the ICU. We do have, you know, the ICU areas that takes COVID patients, and then we have, I think, 2 other floors that take COVID patients as well. My floor was not one of them. However, we have been designated as an overflow floor, and there is an increase in Duval County. The numbers are going up tremendously. I don't know. We just partying it up. We're going to the clubs, the beaches, the clubs at the beaches. We just don't care. We have 0 F's about COVID, apparently, because the numbers is astronomical. So the unit that has been taking care of the confirmed cases are almost to its capacity. So we received an email this morning at 8:08 stating that my floor is the designated overflow unit. They said they're going to provide us with the scrubs that we need, the hair bonnet, the shoe covers, and of course we have our goggles, our face shields, our they give us N95s, we have our surgical masks, our gowns. I don't think we're really short as far as supplies. We haven't been short. Now, I don't know what our supply closets of the hospital look like now that these numbers are increasing. I don't know. They used to have a little tent outside the hospital. They might want to put that tent back up. I don't know what was in the tent. It always baffled me. One day it just popped up, and then magically one day it disappeared. So I don't know. So I'm kind of nervous, but I'm also looking at the situation as if the glass is half full versus half empty. I think it might be a little better knowing that the patients are confirmed positive COVID patients, so that I will go in with my armor already on, prepared, ready to go. Whereas before, they were sending us up patients where they were saying they weren't positive, and then come to find out they may be positive. Or then it started progressing to where we were ruling out patients. So we were getting the patients, had to wait for the results to come back. And so like you're on pins and needles, like, oh my gosh, was I taking care of a positive COVID patient or no? So we've had a couple of exposures like that, but thankfully they kind of prepared us. Like I said, anytime we're taking care of a patient, I'm looking over there, y'all, because it is so many people outside of the emergency room. I don't know, something bad must have happened, like something trauma related. And you know, right now our hospital is on lockdown, where we're limiting the visitations. Right now, only 1 visitor can go in at a time, and that's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's about 6 o'clock now. And when a tragic happens, like a real bad accident or a shooting incident or something like that, for whatever reason, they flock to the emergency room. And they can't go in the emergency room. So it's like they're all outside, and there's no, let me see if you can see it. There's no social distancing. I can't tell if they have on mask. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. I don't know. So we're going in tonight to see if we gonna have COVID patients. I mean, I'm nervous, but I am a believer in God, so I'm prayed up, and it's just what it is. They say be a nurse, right? It'll be fun. Be a nurse. Hey, you make a lot of money. Hey, be a nurse. Girl, but nobody ain't signed up for all this. And it just frustrates me when I see the people going to the parties and the clubs and everything. That really frustrates me. But y'all be safe out there. Remember to wear your mask, social distance yourself, and don't be in large crowds like that. They need to have security or someone come and break those crowds up, because that is just too many people. You can't tell me that all of them live in the same household. No, y'all might be family, but all of y'all don't stay in the same household. Therefore, y'all need to be wearing your mask at least. If you're not going to social distance, put your mask on. They may have on masks, but I doubt it. I'm gonna have to walk up there in a few seconds, but I doubt it. So I decided to take a little break. So I'm not taking COVID patients, but we do have COVID patients on our floor. We are the overflow unit, and right now we can get up to 8 patients. I have to wear the scrubs and whatnot because I'm charge nurse and I have to be as a resource. But my goal is to stay out of the COVID rooms as much as possible, which I haven't been in any of them at all. But if I do have to go in there, to be in and out with as minimum exposure as possible, because I do have to have access to the other patients and we don't want to cross contaminate. So far tonight, I have not had to go in any of the rooms. We have some of the COVID patients. Some of them are sick as far as much as we can have them. Not like we can't take any ventilators or anything like that, but they are very sick and require a lot of time. And then we have some that has minimum symptoms, which is okay. But all of this is a big deal to us. We've had so many call outs because people do not want to take care of these COVID patients. They just sprung it on us over the weekend. And it's a lot. It really is. Tonight is my night 3 out of 3. I did Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm off tomorrow. And then I'm back on Wednesday. I'm back on Wednesday. So right now we have 2 nurses assigned to the COVID patients, and we have 1 tech that's assigned only to the COVID patients. So they can go in each other rooms for the COVID rooms, but they can't help with anything else. Same for the PCA. She does all of the things for those COVID patients, but can't help with anyone else on the floor. So we're just figuring out, we can't go down to the cafeteria, which I get it, but it's like they should prepare us these things so we can bring in our food, which I happen to bring in food, but the other nurses didn't. So I had to make arrangements for them to get something to eat. Again, the hospital is closed, so no visitors, so you can't really order food. But we had someone designated to go downstairs to go get them something to eat. But it's a bit much. This is the new way of living. 2020, COVID-19. I'll see if there's anything else that I can bring to you guys. Just stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, and do your social distancing. Y'all, I've been sitting in my car for about 10 minutes. I am so tired. I am exhausted. Oh my gosh. I was charged. I wasn't a COVID nurse, but I was the COVID resource nurse. So I did end up having to take a COVID patient down for a CT scan because the nurse has to take that particular patient because apparently don't transport the COVID patients. Okay, pushing those beds is a workout. I am so exhausted. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. And then we had to change his oxygen therapy that we were giving him. While he's in the room, he's on high flow nasal cannula. I don't know what percentage because it wasn't my patient, but I know he was on high flow oxygen nasal cannula. And so we had to put him on a non-rib breather. So he did good going down there, getting off the stretcher, off the bed to the table, getting back on the bed. He tells me he can't breathe. He feels like he's suffocating. Meanwhile, I got on my N95 mask and my surgical mask, my goggles, everything on.
So I'm breathing in all this carbon dioxide, and it's making me dizzy. And I'm like, well, you can't breathe, I can't breathe. We both about to pass out at this point. So I said, okay, so we had to get him calmed down, had to switch over the oxygen tank, because by this time, it got a little bit of oxygen in it, but I didn't want it to run out while I'm transporting him back to the room. So we had to get him another oxygen tank, and I made it back to the room safely with him. This is too much. This is too much. So meanwhile, my hospital, again, these views does not reflect my hospital, but in the state of Florida, Duval County, our numbers are high, and they're climbing even more. Our hospital, all the local hospitals, we are flooded with COVID patients, and the numbers are only going to get higher. Right now, my particular floor is half COVID patients and half progressive patients. I can guarantee, I'm off tonight, I'm back Wednesday. I can guarantee when I get back Wednesday, our whole floor is going to be a COVID unit. I can almost guarantee it. But let me go. I'm just sitting in the car and look like somebody is waiting on my spot. So I'm about to go ahead and drive home. This may be the end of the video. It is a lot. But thanks for watching. If you haven't, subscribe to this channel, and I'll talk to you later.